Well, it might be gloomy outside, but I hope that I am your ray of sunshine. So we started to get some economic reports this week. It was led with the biggest report was the September jobs report, which it was actually double expectations. Now, typically when the jobs reports are hotter than expected, rates move up because that's a sign of inflation. But the labor participation rate also moved up, the amount of people who were actually looking for a job, and that made the unemployment rate go up. So kind of had a little mixed bag. We've had if you've been watching the stock market this week, it's kind of been bananas on how it's trading, and like the entire indexes are almost trading like penny stocks. And so lots and lots of volatility. Early in the week, there was only a 30% chance of a Fed rate cut in December. Now, since Fed President John Williams spoke and said that there's room for a rate cut, now they're talking about, they're not talking about, the odds are for a 70% chance of a rate cut. Now, I know I tell you all the time that when the Fed cuts rates, it doesn't matter per se as far as mortgage rates, and it's true, but what they say and what they feel, so if they feel the economy's weakening, then that's not good for the economy, but it is good for interest rates because it means things slowed down, and when things slowed down, there is less of that terrible I word, inflation. Yes, you guessed it. So we are actually not going to get, so when the December job numbers come out, now they push those back to the middle of December, which is going to be after the Fed meets. They're going to include some November data, but there's not going to be a November jobs report. And then it was just said today that the Consumer Price Index, it's also going to be released right about the same time. The November Consumer Price Index is going to be released right about the same time as jobs report in December. And that is also obviously going to be after the Fed meets. I wonder if you can hear that train going by. I don't know. We'll find out when we watch the video. But the interesting things about this is there's not a lot of data that the Fed is going to have between now and when they meet. So pretty interesting. You know, this 40% swing in just a couple of days of a chance of a rate cut is also pretty interesting, but the markets have been like that this week. The other thing that we were told is that we're not going to get a read on consumer prices for the month of October because they said the data has to be collected real time. And obviously the government was closed and couldn't collect that data. So that's what I got. I'm here for you. I'm Sean Zalmanoff. If you need anything, holler. Peace out.